Hello and welcome to Desert Rat Fiber Arts. I'm Desert Rat, but you can call me Lloyd. Okay, I thought I would try something different. I decided to sign up for the Mrs. Quilty box. Now, again, I pay for this out of my own pocket. I am not sponsored by Mrs. Quilty in any way, shape, or form. They do sponsor a lot of people. They're not sponsoring me, though. Um, and I want to give an honest review of this. Now, I have heard lots of pros and lots of cons about this particular box. Um, One of the things I heard is if you don't like this, it's very difficult to cancel your subscription. Do it through PayPal. You can always cancel it through PayPal, and then Mrs. Quilty has no say about it whatsoever. They'll just refuse the payment. Um, so we're going to take a look at this. We're going to check on the quality of what's in here, and see. Now, from what I understand, there are 12 boxes in total for this, and everyone gets the same boxes. No matter when you start, your first box will be the same as this. So if you start 3 months from now, unless they completely changed the contents, what you see in here will be the same for your box one. What I get from my box two will be the same for your box two, and so on and so forth. Now I know there were some older ones that look different from the ones I've seen recently, so they do change them. But let's take a look, and I'll show you what's in here, and then I'll give you my opinion of it to start off with. First of all, to me, the boxes themselves look physically bigger on the videos I've seen than what I got in the mail. Doesn't mean that what's in here is any less than what was in there. It just looked bigger in the videos, and maybe it's always been this way. So we've got the book that comes with this. This is for book one. This is loaded with um, different things, tools, and things that you'll need for doing the projects that are in here, what's included in the box, as well as other things. And then you get your actual glossaries, your basics of piecing, and then you got your projects. You got a cozy mosaic block, and the instructions for that. Looks quite interesting. Colorful pot holders. And let's see what else was in here. Let me just kind of go through this real quick for you. Looks like Palter Quilted You Go mug rugs. Bread basket liners. There's a template for it there, and then we got a recipe for oatmeal cookies for crafting breaks. And joke of the month: why do quilters make great friends? Because they're always patching things up. Okay, so that's what's in the book. Now I'm going to try to do each of these. Now, I might not be able to use all the fabrics that come in this to do it, but I have tons and tons of fat quarters, so getting these projects done should not be a big thing. I just need to make the time and do it, and hopefully I can get at least one or two of them done to show you by the time we get our second box on this. So what else do we get in here? Well, we got our notions that came with this. Let me open this up. Is that tied? Just being stubborn. Okay, so first of all, we got the thread savers here on top. I love these things. I use them all the time with my threads. Hang on a second. Let me reach behind me. So like if I've got a spool of thread and you use some of it, you just wrap these around the spool like that to hold your end in place so you don't have your ends of your thread dangling everywhere. I love these. Actually buy a bunch of them from Amazon. They're fairly cheap, along with the other ones that go with the bobbins. So you got the thing that snaps around your bobbin as well that holds the thread in place on that, so you don't get a mess with that. Then we got, looks like a 6.5 inch ruler. Now it doesn't have any grips on here, so this will be, it'll slide fairly easy on fabric. So you would need to put grippies on here if you're going to use this. It looks like it's a decent quality ruler. The lines aren't too bad. It's easy enough to read. So nice little addition here. And then we've got our fabrics. And supposedly we have 12 fat quarters in here. I'm going to go ahead and set the box aside for a moment so we can open. I'm going to open this up. We got this nice little Mrs. Quilty ribbon that goes around it. And then we've got our fat quarters that came in this. So we got this lovely blue flower, some other flowers, some pretty gingham, blue polka dots, blue stripes, another floral design, more floral designs, lots of floral designs in this. Pretty red, white, and blue. It's a nice stripe. White with blue polka dots and blue with red polka dots. And some butterflies. Now, as far as the quality of the fabric, it doesn't feel bad. It's not thin. It does feel like it's kind of got something on top, and it could just be sizing or whatever it is that they use in the processing of it, but it does not feel bad at all. I felt some cheap fabrics that just, you know, it's thin. This isn't thin. This is actually feels nice. Is it quilt shop quality fabric? I don't know about that, but it does seem to be pretty good. So we'll have to try some of these, see what we get with them. Now, this was, if I'm trying to remember, it was like $39.95. I don't remember exactly what it was. But everything you got in here, it seems to be about break even, I would say. You know, a ruler here is probably, let me see if there's anything in the book that tells us what the prices of these are. Oh yeah, here we go. The ruler is $10.99. That's about right for a quilting ruler, a 6.5-inch ruler. The thread spool wraps $4.99. I can get 50 of these for that price, so I don't think that's about right. And then the pattern $7.99 for the mosaic block. It seems kind of pricey. Pot holder $7.99. That's probably about right for that, but for just a block for $8, nah. Mug rug project $5.99. That sounds about right. Bread basket liner $5.97, maybe. Quilted placemat project, I didn't see that one in here. $5.97, that's probably about right. Lunch bag project $8.97, I didn't see that in there, but I'm sure it is. And then the fabric, they have 12 fat quarters from the Vintage Garden collection, about worth $32.99. Now, if this was from the quilt shop, my local quilt shop, she sells her fat quarters for $4 each. So 12 of them would be $48 and $32.99. That sounds about right if they're decent quilt shop fabrics, or maybe if they were, you know, last year's line or something like that, where they're a little lower in price. But again, they feel good quality, so I'm not complaining about that there. So $32.99 sounds about right for this, plus, you know, the $10, $42. So it's about, again, break even, I think, as far as the price goes for this. Now, again, I've heard good and I've heard bad about Mrs. Quilty. I know some people have said that in some of the earlier versions of this from several years ago, that the patterns didn't quite work out right. So I'm going to have to try like this cozy mosaic block and see exactly, does it turn out exactly as it should here for this 12.5 by 12.5 inch block. 1 to 2 hours to make one block. I guess it could be if they're counting the cutting, because it looks like you got all these individual pieces here as well. So I'll have to try that and see how it turns out. But yeah, there was that, and again, with some people, I know the original ones, they were saying that they were finding the same fabrics on Temu or Temu, however you want to pronounce it. So, but these feel good to me. They don't feel like a cheap fabric to me. You might have a different opinion of them than I do, but that's that. And then, again, $4.99 really for those? No. They're just inflating their prices there. But overall, I'd say my first box, I'm happy with it so far. Again, I'll let you know as soon as I make some of the patterns that are in here, how well they are, and what I think overall the quality of this first package was. So, have you done Mrs. Quilty in the past? What are your thoughts and opinions of it? Tell me your stories, good, bad, otherwise. Are you looking forward to seeing, what can be done with this? Are you interested in Mrs. Quilty for yourself? So let me know in the comments below. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Happy crafting.